Hi everybody, welcome back to Quarantine Cooking with Carolyn. As promised, I'm going to show you another great crockpot breakfast recipe today. So today I'm going to show you how to make an Italian sausage and mozzarella strata. Now, this recipe has a lot going for it. First of all, the version I'm going to show you is a lower fat version. Now just know that if you substitute whole milk, for instance, for the low fat, your calories will change. And you can certainly do that. The recipe will still work. But the version I'm going to show you is kind of a low fat recipe. So for my WW friends, this is a 6-point meal unless you are on the blue plan, and then it's 8 points. Just a little information for you. So back here in this pan, I've already sprayed with a little bit of cooking spray. And I have got half a pound of Italian sausage that I have taken the skins off of. And I'm going to show you very quickly how to do that. Now, the easiest way to do that is to just make a shallow cut with the point of your knife, like that. And then just start peeling like that. And you'll think, oh gosh, that's not working. But it does. It really does work. Then additionally, in the pan, I also have 1 medium onion diced, and I have 2 peppers diced. Now, the recipe calls for cubanelle peppers, which are an Italian frying pepper, and I think they are actually more prevalent on the East Coast than they are here in the West. So if you cannot find cubanelles, let me just chop and throw this in the pan as well. If you can't find cubanelles, and I couldn't myself, you can use Anaheims as a substitution, or you can use regular green bell pepper. And if it's a large bell pepper, I'd probably do 1. So just an FYI for you guys. Then I'm also going to add to the pan a teaspoon and a half of oregano. Okay? Now, while that's cooking, and I'm just going to give it a little stir here. Woo! Man overboard. There we go. We're going to come over here to the crock pot, and as ever, we are going to line it, and we are going to spray it. And I can't stress this enough. As a professional caterer, I have served strata many, many, many times for breakfasts. And trust me, you do not want to clean the pan. Use a liner and spray it. Trust me, if you hear nothing else I say today, honestly. Now, let's move on. In this bowl, I have 6 eggs. To that, I'm going to add 2.5 cups of a low-fat milk. I'm just going to add a little bit more because this is a 2-cup measure. So there we go. And a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay. And we're just going to mix that up. Now, also, you will need for this recipe 5 slices of a day-old lower fat bread. And you're going to cube that up just like I've done here. You'll also need a cup of mozzarella and 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. Okay. This nice thing about this recipe is it is a great way to use up some leftover bread that you've got. It's also a great way to use up milk that might be just heading out the door. So it's a great way to use that up. It calls for quite a bit. And, you know, sometimes we don't always get it eaten or drunk as fast as we think we're going to. So this is a great way to make use of some of these leftovers, right? So I'm going to ask Thing for a little bit of time here because the sausage and peppers aren't quite fried yet. The sausage and peppers are done. So it's time to assemble this and plug it in. And this is the easy part, guys. So you're going to take half of the bread and put it down in the bottom of the crock. And then about half of the pepper mixture. Just a touch more of that. And then half of the mozzarella. You start with about a cup of mozzarella. Whoops, that's probably a little more than a half, but it all ends up in the same place, right? And half of the Parmesan. And then repeat. Okay, more bread, more sausage, and I'm just going to scrape, 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 scrape the rest of the cheese. And last but not least, that egg and milk mixture. And then what we're going to do is we are going to cover this, cook it on low for 3 to 4 hours until a knife inserted in the center comes out clean. So it's just like baking when you're testing a cake. You put a knife or a toothpick in the middle to see if it's clean. Same thing here. That's all there is to this. So it's been about 3 hours and a quarter, and I've taken the crock pot liner out of the cooker, and I've set this on a wire rack to cool for about 10 minutes. And what's kind of interesting is when I first pulled it out, it was much puffier, and it has deflated now, which is kind of interesting. So I'm now going to take the whole liner and all, the bag liner and all, and pull it out like so. And we're going to put this on the plate. So there it is. A nice weekend attempt perhaps. And that wasn't too hard, guys. And I want to show you, look at this. I don't have to wash that. Isn't that great? I love that. So give this a try, guys. I'm going to add some nice little hash browns and a vegetable. And dinner/breakfast is on. Give this a try, guys. I know you've got this.